stupid and be famous, then everybody will be famous.
Exactly, man. Yeah. I forgot who said it. One of my favorite quotes: if you don't evolve, you evaporate. You see that with every artist, right? They have to evolve. Skrillex is one prime example. Fred again, all these guys, everybody is. I think we always put artists to a certain degree of like, hey, I miss the old stuff. But they grow as a person, right? You know.
How do you manage to successfully build at that point of time the biggest hip hop night in the country?
Bro, you're very kind with that word.
All the hip hop people confirm wanna bash me. Hey, my hip hop night bigger. You know.
I'm not saying anything.
Are you like sponsored by Adidas or something?
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
So yeah, we work closely.
Man, how does one even get sponsored by Adidas? What the heck? How does that even happen, yeah?
I think I mean in Singapore. Wait, are we started? Is it?
Yeah, started,
okay, perfect. Okay, nice.
Really, yeah.
I think they're very supportive in Singapore in terms of arts and who in terms of music and everything as well.
Yeah.
So I think they've been doing quite a bit of they've been sponsoring people quite a bit now.
Are they like only targeting like hip hop or something?
No, man. I think quite they do different varieties as well, different forms of music as well. But I think, of course, mostly I think the brand represents hip hop as well. The whole roots of Adidas with Run DMC and everything.
If I think about it, right, the only person in electronic dance music that is being sponsored by Adidas is Merns, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, nice,
you think about it, actually,
nice, man.
Yeah. We need more EDM representative. Adidas, watch this podcast. Yeah.
I think it's bigger than hip hop. I think they kind of resonate with people are doing, trying to move, things. Right. Or build, their own things as well, and I think they try to support that as well, to their certain limit. So I mean, it's always nice people there. It's like family. Adidas is always family. So yeah.
Do they have this like run club or something? Adidas
yeah, bro. So
club?
yeah. There was one on Saturday as well. I was supposed to go at 7-year anniversary of the run club.
Yeah.
I couldn't make it for it. But nah, the run's amazing, bro. Like the routes are nice. Sometimes Sentosa, sometimes they do it at Kallang, Marina Bay Sands.
Yeah.
Come on, man. Do you go for runs?
I go for my own runs and I use the Adidas app by myself.
The running app, bro. It's so good, man.
Yeah. I don't know that one. Adidas Run Club. That one you need to be invited or something, right?
No, bro. Like next time, let me know if you wanna come in. Perfect, bro.
Yeah. Dude.
I didn't realize, but runs are like 7 a.m. on Saturday morning, so it's a bit tricky if you have a late Friday night.
Yeah.
It's gonna be so hard to.
Yeah, and then I'm like super backdated on fashion, but back then isn't like Kanye and Adidas like a super tight collaboration.
Yeah, bro. Yeah.
But it's like no longer existing or
yeah,
something.
man.
Right?
Sadly,
dude lah, it's business lah.
I'm a big Kanye fan,
Wow,
but
I'm a big Kanye fan also, yeah.
But in terms of music, only as a person, I think it's a bit tricky. I think it's a big liability as well in terms of I mean, the good thing, I don't think he's like PR trained or media trained. So he says whatever he wants, puts it out there. But then it's tricky for brands to work with him or, for companies to...
I love the one where he talked about Lady Gaga.
Oh, yeah, the Polaroid. Yeah,
he's like recently going viral because this two girls, right? They literally... there's this TikTok trend where you put the laptop, right? And then like the guy is like being played in the video and then you're just mimicking whatever he's saying.
Yeah, bro. That is funny, man.
Fucking off the chains, man. But he's right lah. Like... What does Gaga know about cameras? She's the creative director of Polaroid.
No, definitely not, man. I bet there's so many photographers that have used
killed to have the job, right?
Yeah, or would it be in a better place to like impart their wisdom into
Yeah, but then the owner of Polaroid confirmed be thinking like, but does that make more money?
Yeah. That's the thing. Yeah, but I get it. Okay, they could have that person maybe with the brand ambassador. Gaga could be not the creative director. It's two different things, right?
Yeah. So it kind of I realized that it kind of link. You can choose whatever gin you want, man. There's like,
this looks good.
This is orange gin.
Oh, that looks good. If you don't mind,
this one is also chocolate.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I don't even know where to start, man.
Thank is dope, man.
Yeah. So and the thing that kind of link everything together, right, is that at the end of the day, right,
can't seem to open this.
It's like I think it's like a
cork.
Okay, I think it's a cork, right? Is it?
All good, bro. No worries, man.
Yeah,
I'll go for that. Oh, perfect. That's easy for you. Yeah. Thanks, man.
Yeah. I don't know if you know this like term Oxford studies.
No, man. What is that?
I just recently learned this.
Okay.
So Oxford studies, right, is basically girls that go to Oxford and study so that they can hook white guys.
Okay.
But then the slang is being used, right, as like, for example, like Asian girl. The people in the comment section will definitely correct me, but from what I've known so far, my limited Gen Z slang knowledge, is that Oxford study means that you are not white, but you're seeking like a white partner. Okay. And then, like for example, you're Asian and you're seeking a white guy. And no matter what your other Asian compatriots do better, right, you still think what is the best.
Oh wow, okay.
So it's the same as the Lady Gaga thing, right?
Yeah.
It's not about the skill, it's about
Of course.
the other qualities.
Yeah.
And then it comes back to I show speed, you know. Dude, he's famous for doing stupid shit, you know.
Bro, yeah. No,
and everybody is like revering him, right? Because they want to like soak up the residual fame, I believe.
Of course, man.
Yeah, so it's so prevalent in entertainment, this kind of thing.
Of course, man.
And wow, fuck, man.
But with speed, I do think it's different because he's young. He's like 19, 20 years old, right? So
actually, he can still clean up a bit, right?
Yeah, so I think he has all the time to grow, and you know, he's definitely gonna be a full-grown adult at some point. You know,
he got money,
and then he's gonna be different, right? You know.
Yeah.
But I think he's playing onto that character as well. I don't think that's who he is as a person. I think behind the camera, I think he's a total different person. I bet. You know, I don't think he's barking at home or like think about having dinner with his family and then he's like barking. I don't think he does that, man. Like,
because it's so easy to oversimplify, right? Exactly. If you be stupid and be famous, then everybody will be famous.
Exactly, bro. Exactly, man. Yeah. So, I mean, I think he has to water down himself as a person, you know, to sell himself as a brand. So I think. But I mean, the Singapore one is crazy, bro. Like, I don't know if you saw...
What is that 32 million thing?
So I think he was...
I think YouTube subscribers.
Yeah. So I think he wanted to hit
Twitch, right?
No, YouTube, yeah. He wanted to hit the target, then I think he hopped off the... What do you call it?
The ride,
Yeah, at Sentosa. I forgot the name of it. Yeah.
Oh, what the fuck?
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, no wonder
the skydiving. Yeah. Not skydiving, whatever it's called. Yeah, I completely
like some G-Max, some type of shit.
One of those things. Yeah. So, but then the funny thing, he did that. And then when he hopped off, and then people unsubscribed after that. People are like, okay, now you've done that, goodbye. So,
But I mean, it's like a record, it's like a spectacle. Yeah, so back to what I'm saying, right? I don't even know where this train of thought is going, right? But then the thing is like, you know, we were raised like to be honorable and to like, you know, respect you for your skills, right? But then especially when we are in the entertainment industry, wow, shit, man, we need to like basically kind of like, I wouldn't want to say look up to but have to partner up with people that might not be the most ethical, might not be the most honorable, might not be the most skillful, because they have some resources that we need to access. Yeah, so how do you navigate that, man? It kind of eats away at my soul, man. Every day.
Okay. For me, it's a bit different. I think I try to be mindful in terms of who I work with or who I want to work with, meaning like, you know, be close friends, people I resonate with, people I can vibe with, you know. So I think that's the most important thing for me. You know, not... I mean, of course, at the end of the day, money
is... You eat, right?
Of course, but it's not the end, all ends, you know. Like, you know, it's not like, okay, I'm going to do this for the sake of, you know. So I think I'm very careful. I think over the years, I've been trying to be careful in terms of course, who I want to work with. And, you know, it's always people I vibe with, resonate with, you know, and people I, you know, like, we can have a good time, that's it, you know. So,
Correct.
Because you have to protect yourself as well, you know, and they like... Because you want to go and... You want to have fun as well. You don't want to do things for the sake of like, why did I do this, man, you know, like... And then it's against your morals and ethics and values as well, then...
That's why they say like ultimate power will corrupt, because it's like you do whatever it takes to get to the next level, right? And then you need to cross certain lines. Yeah, so I think it's like...
Yeah, I think everybody has their limit in terms of how they navigate that, right? I think, so I think... I don't know,
Yeah, entertainment industry especially. And then it brings me to another point is, how do you manage to successfully build at that point of time the biggest hip-hop night in the country?
Bro, you're very kind with that word. Like those words, like...
All the hip-hop people confirm want to bash me. Hey, my hip-hop night bigger, you know?
I'm not saying anything.
I think at the period, right? At the period, right, it is like the most in thing.
I mean, I definitely have to credit people who've paved the way for us up to that point, you know. So, I mean, we can't discount the fact that there are people who were doing hip-hop since the 90s over here, 2000s, you know, all these years of building that, you know, to put that plant and, you know, that seed, to let that seed grow over the years, and for us to, you know, hop on and, you know, being able to do that as well. I think so. I'm very thankful for people who pioneered that, you know, all the guys that came before and gave us, even allowed us to even do that, you know. Of course, open market, but at the same time, they planted the seed in terms of, okay, people know it's hip hop out there, you know, as, you know, Singapore's playing hip hop and stuff like that. But I think when we started on nights, it came from a consumer standpoint, because it was after LaSalle. I was done with school. I was waiting for NS, and I really love new school hip hop then. Like that whole era of like A$AP Rocky, Pro era,
Triple X,
everything, man. Like this is like, you know, like Kanye, like Yeezus era, Drake, like nothing was the same. That whole era of like everything. Kendrick Lamar was coming
still
up.
singing.
Bro, Kendrick was dropping a mixtape. A$AP Rocky was dropping a mixtape. You know, the whole New York was killing, like Bronson, you know, Pro era, everything. So I think me and like Garuda, we were like, damn, because he was going to New York quite a bit then, and then we was like, damn, why can't we listen to this kind of music out here? And I think that's what we resonated with. So like, okay, let's throw a party and invite our friends who kind of resonate with the same sort of music. And we had a few friends who were really into stuff like that. So okay, let's throw this party, and then let's call people down. Invited friends. I think it started with 20, 30 people, and then organically like grew over time as well. And this was like pre-Instagram ads, no meta ads, none of that, we had to do very like, we printed posters, walked around, invited people with a QR code, like, hey,
no Instagram reel yet, yeah.
Exactly, it was a whole different time, and no stories at all, bro. Like, so it was a weird time to navigate in terms of promoting a brand and growing a brand. So I think now we're in a way better time to, to be able to grow anything, man. Like, yeah.
And the kind of hip hop that you promote, right, is not exactly mainstream.
Yeah.
So to all the DJs and club owners and event creators, now like a lot of pop-up, right? They all face this same problem. It's like, okay, I want to play some cool shit, right? But how do I attract people to come over?
Yeah.
And okay, so we have like Solid Gold, which is a predecessor of the hip hop night that you make, right? Wavy. I think they are very focused in the dance dance community. Then that's how they give birth to their night, and then for your one is more into fashion. So do you realize that, okay, you know what, you need like a gimmick to suck people in?
I think that happened organically again, because we
just happen to like it.
Happened to like
work.
it. Happened to dress the way we wanted to dress. Happened to had friends around who dressed a certain way as well. So I think that kind of built the community as well. Okay, people like looked at it. Hey, I can come on and dress how I want to dress and be myself. Without like conforming to the norms of like, oh, I go to a club, I have to put a button down, or So I think that kind of opened the door. It happened organically over time as well. People came out dressed up, everything. So I mean, it was a very good time. This is like 20s, like I think it started growing better 2017, 2018 era. Right before COVID hit. I think globally that's a good time for hip hop as well. Because everything, every week there was something, bro. Like
even Skrillex jumping in already, already it's happening.
It was a beautiful time in hip hop. I always say like summer 2016 was like the best for me. I know everybody has their era of hip hop. But of course, growing up when in my early 20s then, or mid 20s or whatever, then in 2016, early 20s, that was
I remember Wavy is so crazy, and then back then I was like still at Zouk, right? And Zouk people don't even know about Wavy yet. I was like, dude, we need to bring them in. And then remember we did a collaboration night. And then the moment that like, was such a eureka moment for me, right? Was when the Triple X dude, your people ready to start a war already, bro.
Bro, that's how the pit and everything. That was a creative. People were
crazy, bro.
Like at Canvas, you come behind the console.
What?
They'll hop on the speakers.
Bro.
Bro, but what a time, man. I mean, big ups to Roy. He's always supported us. Love the guy, man. He always gave us a platform. He's
Roy is like super for the culture, super down.
Yeah, man.
Doesn't matter whether you make a lot of money,
bro.
Create a vibe.
And he's the realest, man. There was one night, when we came back on that, because normally we come to pick up our stuff back on Monday or Tuesday, like all our props and everything. We came back on the day, and then we saw a hole over there, and then Roy's like, bro, your night was so good that somebody elbowed into the wall, because it's like fabricated wall, right? So the guy elbowed, and bro, there was a hole there, but he was so nice, boy. He's like, don't even worry about it, we'll plaster it up. He never ever blamed us or anything. So I always solid guy.
Crazy. What went well that would you specifically say, right? Because from the outside, that's all the things that we can see, right? But as a person on the inside, as like one of the orchestrator of this huge project, right? What went well, right, that led to the success? What do you think is the main driving force?
I think for me, like the drive is always the music. If people resonate with it, they'll come out to support, and so I think at that point of time, New School Hip Hop was the next move, the next wave, and we didn't, because we don't do things for the sake of like, okay, let's monetize this or try to make money out of it, because if that's always the case, then you're never going to get to your goals, because it's always like, okay, you build dope ideas.
I think cannot do this, do this,
bro. Exactly, it's like you build dope ideas, money will follow, things will follow, people will follow, up, I think people also pick up on that. So I think at the point of time we loved that, New School Hip Hop, and was popping, and it was a very good time globally. I think now there's a problem that we're seeing, because everybody says that, oh, there's not enough New School Hip Hop nights in Singapore, but it's now, but it's not a Singapore thing, because it's a global thing. When I travel the world as well, like Europe and stuff, I don't see a lot of hip hop. Everybody is on the Afrobeat.
Everyone else.
Of course,
take over,
bro, 100%, because I mean, let's be real. Like with old school hip hop, R&B, you can dance. Ladies can dance.
Yeah.
You know, guys are happy as well. Everybody's dancing. It's a nice vibe.
Yeah.
With new school hip hop, it's very, you know, male centric. It's always like people turning up. You know,
Yeah,
crowd
turning up.
surfing, all these things. It's nice. It's good. It's cool. You know.
You really need to get the vibe. You know how,
Yeah,
how you do
yeah.
51 BPM.
Exactly, bro. Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah. It was a vibe in time, but I think as I grew older as well, I resonated with different forms of music. So now we've expanded. We have our second nights called Wavy Remixed. So with those nights where we play more global sounds of, you know, Afrobeats on piano, baile funk, and yeah. So
Is
I
the
think
mosh pit wavy still existing?
no, man. So we haven't done one of the new school hip hop nights for a bit now. In about, I think we did that when we came back after COVID. We did it at NX. That was sold out 2 nights. We did 2 months. I think September, October. Sold out 400 tickets for, you know, one night. So 800 in total for the 2 different nights. New school, but then it was fun. But I think also I realized after COVID, I'm in a different headspace as well in terms of what I listen to, what I like, what I resonate with.
I don't want to turn up now.
Yeah, not saying
I
that
wanna turn down.
Yeah, turn down.
Turn down for what,
Turn
bro?
down for, yeah. Not saying we'll never bring back the new school hip hop nights. We will at some point, I think, you know. But I think for now, I think always is like what I resonate with and, you know, what I want to build. So I think, and, you know, again, traveling after COVID has opened my eyes and ears a lot in terms of what is going globally, in terms of the sounds. Like everybody, like it's a whole different vibe, and it's translating here now as well. Yeah, so it's good. Yeah.
And then what would you say is like okay, so when we talk about what went well, right? I think it's like just about the music, but administratively, what do you think? Administratively, what went well?
Oof.
That like, whoa.
Yeah. I think, of course, I think with meta ads, with all these things that we could, you know, tap on and, you know, help to grow the brand as well, to scale the brand. I think that was very important.
Is it like a lot of people willing to help for free just for the movement, whatever?
Of course, I think, you know, we don't take it for granted. I think a lot of times of course, you know, we have a team of people who freelance, you know, be it graphic designers, photographers, videographers. And I think the thing was we all kind of grew up together. You know, we all resonated the same thing. We grew up together and everybody was wanting to build it together. So I think that was a beautiful part of it. You know, of course, over time we made money, and of course we, you know, we all the services we utilized, we paid everybody for it. But I think the beautiful, like for example, crazy backstory as well. Like Imran, have you met Imran before?
Yeah, Izarami, man, dude.
Imran. No, Izrami is my brother as well, of course.
Right.
We knew one
okay.
for like 10 years now.
Izarami.
Yeah,
Imran.
Yeah. So it's like, it's sometimes organic again. Like Imran is our graphic designer for Wavy. We were queuing up for the Kanye. You know, Kanye did the Pablo pop-up, remember, 2016 at Suntec?
Oh, no, I don't know.
Okay, so we were queuing up there. And then we in line, we started talking about Kanye. And then he's like, bro, I do graphic design. I was like, bro, I run a hip-hop night. It's like, okay, how can we work?
What
and then
ever
since, yeah, so that's sometimes what, you know, the world works in a weird way, you know. So of course, it's Rami as well. That's my brother. We're still tied till today. That's 10 years of being friends and building together.
Bromance game strong.
So, man.
You also started another crazy thing, like, you know, the V1
Basement 1.
Right.
Bro, he is killing me with that. Yeah, that's
all my
crazy.
car enthusiasts with friends were talking about it. Like,
nice, okay.
Huge, bro.
It's
like,
crazy.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
I know it was big. I didn't know it's like big, bro.
Yeah, I heard there's one coming up soon. So
crazy. Yeah.
And he's dope because he's incorporating music into that as well, the music element.
And his main focus is the visual photography thing, right?
Of course, no. So I think he's proven himself in terms of building brands, and, you know, he's always done that. And I think he has an eye for, you know, building something.
Yeah. So it's like basically a very united team that sparked that explosion. But on the flip side, what kind of went wrong? That you had to like re-strategize, recalibrate.
Okay. I think, of course, like, you know, I think everybody is young. So I think the tricky bit is, you know, of course, everybody has their ulterior motives. Everybody,
you might not want to do that 2 years later, you know. That kind of
you know, some people have ulterior motives of, okay, you know, not wanting to, you know, fully grow and build together. Is more of like what benefits, you know, things like that, you know.
Right.
But I mean, no hard feelings always, you know, like, you know.
Yeah.
So I think it's one of those things like you try to work together, but things don't work out. But then, you know, it's always, you know,
everything.
So but there are no regrets. I think it's always, you know, it's a beautiful process of, you know, you've done that back then as well. When you spoke about Zoop back then, you know, when we linked up, you always been supportive. I remember when we did the Wavy 3 or 4 year anniversary or something like that. You came to buy the tees, the wave lots.
Yeah.
You came to support. You bought the tees. So
I think so. I forget
bro. Bro, you really,
I support I remember how many shit it is.
Bro. So I remember you literally came down, and then I remember met you outside Zook. We were talking about, how do we, build this, and because you were having to hip hop then as well, right? Those are your roots as well.
I've been a hip hop DJ for like bro, many years, 13, 14 bro. Years.
I still remember your turntablism set in your house. Yeah, iconic, bro. I love that.
Crazy, but then the thing is, we just realized that we kind of phase out in a way, and then then that's what we are pursuing now.
Yeah, but because I think everybody evolves, right? I forgot who said it. Like one of my favorite quotes, like if you don't evolve, you evaporate.
Oh, what the fuck?
Yeah, I don't know if it's Pharrell or someone. I think it might be Pharrell if I'm not mistaken. But,
okay, that's cool. That's pretty interesting. I never heard that one before.
You see that with every artist, right? They have to evolve. Like, a lot of times we do that.
Tiesto, Pharrell, everybody.
Skrillex is like, one prime example. Fred again, all these guys, everybody is, So I think we always put artists to a certain degree of like, hey, I miss the old stuff. Why are they not? But they grow as a person, right? So, over time I realized like, nah, you can't put it to them because everybody grows as an artist, as a person, as a human being, you go through different things in life, you become a different person, and then your work output is different as well, So
and when you're referring to like when you're saying speed, right? Like he's he's going crazy, but in real life he's probably not going crazy, right?
Nah.
It's the same for Kanye, I'm imagining him like doing his all his statements, right? But then in real life when he's discussing business, he definitely has a more neutral, not so crazy side.
Exactly, bro.
You know how to go through,
That's the thing, man.
Yeah.
I mean, he's made so many dope things happen that I think he definitely is, to some caliber, he might be okay. Have you seen the documentary on Netflix? The Kanye?
The Yeezers,
Yeah.
I see segments of it. But then the guy that decided to, you know what, I'm going to video your life for free. Whoa, that was the greatest investment in his life, man. And it's so random.
Yeah. Bro, I think he saw that spark in him. Because he was so, he was putting himself out there.
I don't care about what anybody say.
The belief in himself, that's crazy. Like,
yeah.
You can have all the talent, but you don't have the belief in yourself, that's it, man. And this guy, I don't know if there's the one clip where he went to the studio, he played the song for Pharrell. And he hasn't put out any records at this point.
He's just a newbie lah.
Bro, nobody knew him. But Pharrell believed it. Pharrell was like, oh, that's dope. And that's, everybody turned him down, bro. He went around, blah, blah. So to see that belief and, so people can call him crazy, whatever. But, man, I mean, he always believed in himself. I think that's something no one can take away from him, So.
Yeah, correct. It's like, no matter like how much everybody's like hating on him, right? But then at the end of the day, you just can't help but like admire the certain qualities.
Of course, man.
It's like, wow, unrelentless,
bro. Yeah.
And then until he managed to like hang out with like people like Elon Musk, get in a podcast with fucking Lex Friedman.
Oh,
what the fuck? So it's random, crazy, bro. Then they like hug and shit. Like, what the?
Yeah, no, it's crazy.
That's crazy, bro.
And I think he also broke the the rules in terms of what a rapper is,
Yeah.
Because everybody looks at you, okay, you can only rap or whatever.
You do house music, everything.
Bro, everything,
Yeah.
Design stuff, does everything. So he went to Korea. He performed Korea like last month, South Korea.
But was it that he did something with China?
Yes, as well. Yeah.
Yeah, what was the thing about?
I think because they try to blackball him in the US where he can't really perform, right? So now he's tapping to this market and people love him. People love him out here, right? Yeah. Bro, he performed 80 songs, I think, 75 songs.
What, fucking 4 hours at
full stadium, bro, like crazy. Full stadium.
And you think China people are gonna block, right? Wow, they all very smart one, all use VPN
ones.
Yeah.
And they have it into hip hop, man, with everything as well. I mean,
all the China people that come to Singapore, right? They come from balling one.
Yeah, bro, yeah.
They just, hey, Kanye performing in China from Singapore, just fly back, go watch. I'm like, whoa! Damn, they're bigger fans than us, That's crazy,
like
man.
My brother Indran as well, close friend, he was there for a work trip the week before. So I was like, bro, you gotta extend your stay, bro. Stay there for another week. But he had to come back for work. It's like, damn.
Yeah. But, wow, that's like really like superstar level, like Jackie Chan level, It's like anybody will also know you.
Yeah, bro.
But how did he even get to that point where he's even revered by a country that has blocked internet access?
Yeah, bro,
Like, if you talk about like, I don't know, like Skrillex, right? Maybe China may or may not know,
Yeah.
Oh, but Kanye is like
another
level.
Yeah. Of course,
beyond the music, right?
Beyond the I don't agree with things he says or how he behaves and a lot of things, but I think there are a lot of values that we can pick up from him in terms of self-belief, in terms of drive, in terms of
how he treats his kids and
family, of course, with this guy, you see that his daughter on his songs as well, you know.
Yeah. Well, the daughter is like mini Kanye.
Yeah, exactly.
I was like, oh my god, it's damn scary.
Yeah. His son as well, like not Saint as well, like So it's beautiful to see that. I think.
And then you also mentioned earlier that you rented a studio, right?
Yeah.
Is it like very cost effective in Singapore, especially when it comes to renting this kind of thing?
I think, it's a bit tricky. I think because we've had our studio space since like 20.
It's not just you, right? It's like
No. Yeah,
a few of us. Island Boy Collective.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. So, few of us, since 2019 we've been renting it, and then of course we had to, with different landlords and stuff, we had to move out. We used to be in with TYC, the creative company. Yeah, so we used to be a combined studio space with them. And then of course COVID happened. We had to let go of the unit, and then we came back again. And then I think now is our third studio space. And we've been here for about 3.5 years now. It's like, it's a nice, cost is a bit tricky, but I think it's a bit hard to quantify that because, it's like, you're like, I want to save on that, but at the same time, being in a space where
you might need to cook for 3 years first.
Bro,
let him cook, bro.
Yeah, bro, yeah. So being in a space where you can fully go, I'm going to go there in the morning, I'm going to work on anything I want to do, I'm going to build ideas, so it's like a hub where you can build ideas and
and also the space is so important if like collaboration,
bro. Yeah.
That's how like content house in US work, right?
No,
yeah. Recently I'm super obsessed with offline TV.
What's that, man?
Okay,
you gotta put me on that.
So all those like gamers, right? They stream like Among Us or whatever. So it's basically a bunch of geeks, and then they decided, okay, you know what? Let's just form a content house, and then they are all streaming in their own individual room. They have a mansion, basically.
Oh, wow, okay.
And then they just meet in the kitchen to do content.
Damn.
And dude, they are like releasing like sometimes monthly, sometimes weekly, right? It's like 1 million the views.
Wow.
Because all their fame combined, right? Yeah, so that could potentially happen, man.
Yeah.
But of course, they also went through their difficulties, because there's different people. You famous, I also famous, and ego.
Yeah, things happen over time, but
but the group of like 7, 8 people that's left, right? Really, it's like the commando squad. You know? Wow. And then they are like a content churning factories.
Because that was prevalent during like COVID, right? The TikTok houses and all the stuff.
Yeah. But they survived COVID
bro,
to make it real.
The hustle is real.
Yeah.
With the content side as well, in terms of music in what we do as well, it's a big thing now, right? Like for example, apartment life. Things like that, right? Like
the bunch of like black people wearing the cream color, and then they're like grooving, whoa, shit, they know how to dance, man.
I know. Right? So I love like vibes like content like that. So I think that is like in our scene at least.
And it feels so natural, like
man.
They just happen to show up, man. Got a DJ console there.
Yeah, bro, exactly. It goes back to my idea of
all the copyright check all done, so one gonna block.
Exactly, man.
Crazy, it looks so natural.
Yeah.
I
don't think they can monetize the video, right? Because it's all music, but it's for the community, for the
a big deal, man.
And that's beautiful to me because that's how we started Wavy as well. And it's like calling friends over, playing dope stuff that we liked, and it goes back to the same idea. When I look at content, I'm like, damn, people, like you put your decks there, you're spinning, your friends are vibing behind dancing, and there's so many people are doing that now. It's like, I love that. And spreading music, spreading, the SoundCloud edits as well. That's growing insanely big now, Yeah.
When it comes to content, right, do you have like a particular go-to strategy? What is like content that you put out that will like kind of capture more eyeballs to yourself and to your events?
Yeah. I think on the Wavy front, we, still trying to figure that out, I think we try to mix like photos, videos, promo stuff as well. On my side, my personal front, I'm trying to move more on that. I think I overthink before putting out something.
Yeah, your one is very curated, right? Look at it like, wow, it's like August Man all the ways,
Yeah, man.
Yeah, then got collage all. Dude.
But I think now I'm in a space where like, whatever, man. Put it out there, if it sticks, it sticks. It doesn't. So I think even like...
I really enjoy your freestyle controllerism jam.
Bro. I need to go back to that. That was
Slime
like...
gang.
That was a COVID thing because we couldn't do events, right? So I was fully focusing on producing and making beats, and for my own sake of like, of course you couldn't monetize that because...
And Louis Indigo also
of course,
came hang out with us.
Nice, man.
Yeah,
he's moved to France, I think, now.
Yeah,
so...
Wow, it's happening, man. Like, Europe, I think better connections.
Europe is beautiful, bro.
Yeah. But we always think about moving to US and then get more connections, right? Wow, but now US like Rabak, how?
Yeah, bro. I don't know,
Wait, go China meet Kanye.
Europe is different. I think people are more friendly, people are more community driven, like wanting to build. So I think that's what we've also with traveling, I've kind of gone across, met people, networked, and then got to play some gigs over there. Also, it's like, how can we build a community here as well? So I think it's always like, how can we put Singapore on the map in terms of global landscape of like, okay, because people always look at Singapore, they think of, there's not a lot going on apart from F1 or, nightlife is not so
I think a lot
celebrated,
can go on, but it's like kinda controlled. That's why.
So I think, I think our idea is always to, let people know, okay, Singapore, we're moving different sounds. And there are a lot of people are doing that as well, now with Afro Amapiano, and big ups to everyone, I think. Yeah, I think it's a good time. Because for me, the more people doing it, it's better for everyone because the sound grows bigger than, it's
correct.
not.
And more people means like there's competition. Then you need to
It's
get better.
It's healthy, it's
then
not,
the audience will love it.
Yeah. I don't think I never look at it a way of like, why they doing, like, no, it's like, how can we all grow together? How can we collaborate? And if one person is doing it and you doing that, isn't it better? Because it takes more people to grow that, You can't be a single person trying to grow that. Yeah.
And then the challenge of running events, right? I even spoke to I don't know if you know Ice Cream Sunday. Sunda Music Festival. I didn't speak with the founder. Obviously one day I hope to, right? But I spoke to a friend of mine, Bongo Man.
Okay.
Yeah, and he's very candid on saying this that hey, we lose money for like 3 years plus already, and we are still trying to make it happen. And I think it applies to my events as well as your events. You really can get the people, but then the spending, like, how?
Bro, that's the thing. Yeah. That's something you can't control, right? Like, it's a bit tricky because it affects so many things. The venue as well. They have to they have to make their money as well. For
if you charge ticket, then people don't come.
Yeah. So I think it's a bit. I think it's more of like, how can we build a community, and how can we of course, if it's a bad night, people are not there. It's like, okay, let's move to the next one. Let's how can we build from here? What can we learn from that? And how can we move past that?
Actually, right, I just thought of this. Like, maybe we should just do nights, right, for fucking free, right? Until it's so fucking hype, right? That we like, hey, shit, this is dangerous. We need to reduce the number of people. Then we introduce paid.
Yeah. That's a solid idea. But
so it's like, we don't really have to earn, but it's like as a byproduct.
Yeah. I mean, that would be a solid idea, but I think it's a bit tricky. It goes back to for example, when we do events, people always like, oh, but guess this, things like that. It's a bit tricky because they don't see the other side of things. They see us having fun, spinning, the night's okay, nice, but they don't
want to think about it.
Yeah, there's so many different moving parts to a night, right? From venue
rental, then the venue also want to take cut.
The overheads. Fair enough, because their overheads are mad. Their rent, their alcohol license, their business license, their staff, their
minimum license.
All the alcohol that they buy, that the supply for the night. So people don't see all these moving parts, So I think people also have to realize and educate themselves that it takes a lot of back end stuff, in terms of money, admin work, everything to make a night, So even to come out and pay $20 to support a night, that means a lot to everyone who's part of it, I don't think people. I think the tricky bit, people are willing to spend, but they want to hey, I'm on the guest list. When you have that, you feel more like, hey, I'm part of, and I completely understand that, it's like perfect. But at the same time, I think my thing, of course, close friends, very close friends, always I look up for them. But I think I always tell people as well, like, hey, you wouldn't understand what this $15-$20 of ticket, it feels like $15-$20, that's normal, but that means a lot to everybody who's part of the night, and when you multiply that by, it helps everybody.
Like, 10 of you come, then we can have this store beach.
And it helps you to build bigger things. While you want to do artist bookings, you want to get people down, you need, people to, so I think it's more of like flipping the mindset of people, like, understanding, hey, we value you a lot for coming to support and paying the money as well,
you do all this behind the scenes content, and people are like, wow, shit, actually not easy.
But there's a beauty in the work. I feel like I have a lot of fun doing it. I never, that's what I love doing, and I, that drives me when I wake up, like, this one I'm gonna do. And
correct. Back then when we were still in our 20s, but now 30s, right, you start to like, fuck, man, bro, should I just do some accounting job? Maybe make more money.
Yeah, man.
And then I can just on my free time do this kind of thing for fun. Actually, a lot of people start to think that way. But I think we are one of the rare exceptions.
No, fair enough, bro. And no knock to people who are doing that as well, because I think you can never knock anybody's hustle.
Your life, your choice, right?
And Singapore is, cost of living so high that you need to have multiple sources of income. You need to do different things.
Yeah.
Diversify your income, make your money. So
it's crazy.
Yeah. So
I don't know, you're like doing some like marketing job, right?
I was doing that during COVID. So when COVID hit, couldn't do any events, right? And then because it took a long time before Nightlife resumed in Singapore, so I was doing marketing for quite a bit, but I left that like last year. To fully focus on this again. Because that was before COVID. Like this was always the full-time thing.
Right.
So COVID happened, things kind of moved. So I was like, okay, I had to, kind of move into a different space as well. But that has helped a lot in terms of what I learned about marketing, how I apply to Wavy as well. So yeah, man.
And then, do you plan to like travel more often? And if you travel in a new city, how do you even, I don't know, like get connected?
Yeah.
Like you don't know anybody, right?
Yeah. I think the beautiful thing about the online world is somehow you kind of follow people across the world, and sometimes they come to Singapore, they hit you up like, hey, I'm gonna be playing here, or I'm coming here for holiday, can we do something? And then
so it's really a long time pen pal.
Exactly. Then but it's always beautiful because when you meet in person, like the vibes are the same, like you become friends, and then
like tomorrow, right? I'm actually flying to Hanoi. Then
oh,
I'm
nice.
like,
Okay.
How the fuck, how we gonna like infiltrate their DJ scene, right? So I'm like, I actually saw this club, right? Unmute Hanoi, shout out, fucking cool interior when they first built up, right? And then they have like the behind the scenes video. Wow.
Okay.
The Instagram was like just plain, it's just behind the scenes. I already follow on it already. And then like, wow, sound system, everything. Selection, DJs all on point, right? And then I just had to follow them. And then then tomorrow I'm flying. I haven't even fucking packed my bag yet. I'm like, how am I supposed to connect with them? I only talk to them. They don't even know how I look like, you know. And then I just see, hey, every Thursday we got open decks, lah. I go and sign up for open decks.
Yo, are you gonna be there? Wait, tomorrow is Tuesday, so you're gonna be there for okay. Yeah, man. How long are you gonna be there for?
4 days, I think.
Nice, okay.
4 days. Bro. Yeah. So amazing lah. Like I always tell people, right, I have this job, right, they can give me flight benefits. So I can fly.
Oh, nice, bro. That's beautiful then.
Yeah, that's the way lah.
What time's your flight, man?
It's standby, so I can just
okay.
When I reach the airport, then just book lah.
Okay. Nice, bro. Nice, man.
Yeah.
That is sick.
Fucking amazing.
Yeah.
But then so that's the way, right? Like, okay, maybe you can sign up for the open decks, and then maybe go and DM.
Yeah, exactly, man. Or even supporting the nights and then see,
Yeah. But it's difficult in a sense that you really need to go a few times to kind of build rapport, Another way is to produce music and be world famous, but that one was so hard.
Yeah.
So nothing is easy, man.
I think it's hard to balance everything, right? Running events, doing like, producing, and then, for example, you're doing your podcast
DJ,
as well. Yeah.
Content.
And I mean, you've been on a crazy run, bro. Like, I don't know how you do it. Like, how many guests have you had so far on your podcast now?
I think you're like 80 or something. You're 80 or 81.
Wow, okay. Yeah, that's crazy, man. Because
we got still like weekly radio shows, crazy. Maybe you're programming a radio show now. Who knows, man? Yeah,
crazy. Because I see the output is insane all the time. Like, wow, the fact you have to do, recording, be in front of the camera as well, and do a lot of back-end stuff as well, and So it's definitely not easy, man. Yeah.
Not easy lah.
Yeah, but I love it. I love to see that. Like I see the drive, the hunger, the amount of time you put into your craft. So I respect that, man.
I have like mini regrets where I wish I can have even more time to do that turntablism shit lah. But then sadly, that doesn't make me money, right? So I need to like spend the time to go and get a day job, and make it like feasible.
Of course, bro.
Yeah. I think some people can be like, okay, I'm a music producer, right? I can produce for cinema or film lah, or
for advertisements,
whatever, right? And kind of like that as my side thing while I try to be Fred again. So I produce the EDM shit that don't make money, right? To build my name. So recently I had one of those shows, right?
Nice,
and then I'm like, oh my god, it's actually possible to make money in music, right?
Definitely.
By being an unknown. That is crazy.
There are a lot of people who are making money from sync licensing.
Right,
for movies, for
1
ads,
point, 2 point to 5 points, right? Yeah.
It is crazy.
TV, whatever.
They can be unknown to the public, but they are buying a house, buying a car off making music, like even for example, NBA ad, or NFL ad, it's prime time, like Super Bowl. They're mixing that, they're producing that, so
I got approached by a few opportunities that I can talk about. Like shit, was it like a Lazada?
Nice.
Right?
Okay,
then they asked me to like remake it lah, and then I quote them, but then obviously the fare didn't match up lah. But then dude, when you do that kind of thing, it's actually you need to charge a lot one. Because when you look at the Nike story, right, the girl that did the swoosh, right, $35 only, bro. Then they're like, okay, we got a good deal, but at the end of the day, he still give the girl 500 shares, which is worth like $1 million plus lah. Not say a lot, but still okay lah. Token sum for Nike lah.
So the sync thing is so important because then you have royalties, you have licensing fees, you have so many things that you can it's like a long-term goal. It's like you don't only sell this beat, but in 1-2 years time, if it does well, you're still making money off of that, right?
Exactly. But then the thing is, recently I sold a beat, right? Whoa, like so gangster, right? It's like fuck lah, it's Tropical House and lo-fi, man.
Nice,
It's like not gangster at all, It's then like extreme game. But then the thing is like I realized that there's actually quite a lot of rights. There's sync rights, there is like you just sell them the song in perpetuity, that kind of thing. And then you weigh the is it worth it? So I think I'm not like some famous fuck that can get like 100,000 like Ras or something, So
you never know, bro. I mean, I think.
I mean the power of TikTok, right? So for now, I'm just like, okay, you know what? Like, sell it in perpetuity. It kind of makes more sense for me now financially. Maybe like 10 years down the road, I'll regret when it go fucking viral, right? But you know that Japanese song, Stay With Me? You know that guy? Dude, the person died then viral,
Bro,
crazy.
It's crazy, man. I mean, with TikTok now, everything goes viral. Like, you never know what's gonna, go crazy next.
So when you play your hip hop nights, right, do you find that you can only play 4 bars before people like lose attention? Like, I don't know already lah.
It has to be quick mixing, right? One song to another, one song to other, very quick. But yeah, man.
But do you feel like kind of lose the flavor a bit?
Yes and no, but I think so.
No journey, bro. It's just commercials.
But I think one of the things is also you have to kind of keep up with the times of how people process music and how people how they have fun as well. Because at the end of the day, I think I always say this of like, okay, you can move a song you want to move, you want to do whatever you want to do, but at the end of the day, you still have to make the crowd happy, right? Because that's the most important thing.
Correct.
You can do whatever you want to do, but then if the crowd is standing there not dancing or not vibing, then it's your responsibility to.
It's like Maslow hierarchy of needs. No food and water, where got worry about swag,
So I think it's always finding the balance of, okay, what do you want to do, plus how can we make people happy? Because we're entertaining them end day, right? They're coming out to spend money, buying drinks, whatever, then, rightfully so, come and have fun. But of course, I don't agree with, hey, I want this song. Like people requesting music.
Oh, a la carte.
Oh, that's what you call it, a la carte. Okay. Add it to the combo of like.
Add to the meal.
Yeah. I mean, it's okay if to a certain degree of like it's in the same line, of for example, if you're playing piano, they ask for Afrobeats or whatever, or even hip hop, it's okay. But if you go so far off of like, hey, can I have Taylor Swift or can I have Dua Lipa, then. But I think a lot of people are kind with it, so I respect that. It's always like, sorry, I don't have it. I try to explain to them, hey, it doesn't work that way. They're like, oh, you can play on Spotify. I'm like, no, it doesn't work that way. We don't use Spotify. They're like, oh, you can go YouTube. I'm like, no, it's a different system that we have.
Yeah, it's a different system.
You have to prep your songs. You have to have it prepared. So some people are nice enough to understand that. But I think a lot of people as well, they become rude after that. They're like, what do you mean? I'm like, sorry, like, I can't do anything. And like,
I used to be on no request camp.
Okay.
But now I'm on request if you dare camp.
Oh, okay, bro. Nice.
So if you request, right, and you give a dope request, like, wow, I have so much respect for you,
100%, bro.
And if you can like tell me like BPM range or
whoa, okay, then
mentals,
Do you have that a lot with people with the phones? They do that now, right? They type it on their notes and then they're like, hey.
Then some creative got the can like conveyor belt or like
I've seen that a lot.
It's crazy,
If it's something good, I always like give them a thumbs up and then I drop it, later part of the night, but then if it's something that's whack and I know I can't play, I pretend to look past them and like, like, sorry, I didn't see that. Like,
some people ask me, hey, can you play Tarzan and Jin?
Bro, are you for real?
Yeah lah, dude.
Okay, I have not gotten that wild of a request. Wow, is that your wildest?
I mean, I resident so many years already.
Yeah, of course. Yeah,
what kind of pattern? Hey, can you play some Lady Gaga hip hop?
Oh my god.
It's like all these kind of shit.
That's crazy, man. That's crazy, man.
And right now, what is your main residencies? Do you call that residencies or like regular gigs?
Regular, so I think, I play a lot at Potato Head. So,
because behind the Green Doors as well.
Green Door as well. So we're doing that Thursday as well. So I play like 2 Thursdays at Green Door and then 1 Fridays at Potato Head, and then a lot of private events here and there,
It's the real
like
money maker.
yeah. So things I don't post sometimes, but those make you money, like because either a big brand is going to pay you, or a government STB visit Singapore kind of event, or like
they like all the cool shit that you're doing
Yeah.
that may or may not make you money.
Yeah.
Then they want to suck some of your
Yeah.
I don't know, your clout or something, or your swag or whatever to fit into their corporate event.
Fair enough, yeah.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
But I also I look at it like, okay, they're trying to welcome us into their world, we're trying to welcome them into our world. So it's like, okay, we can all win together. You can educate the masses of like what we're doing. They also giving us a platform like, hey, you can open your music to bigger audience. So yeah, I mean, play at Warwick Manor as well with Vanan.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So that's only and then here and there and stuff as well. Yeah. So I think more of trying to plan in advance, and Wavy, we do a lot of artist bookings now.
Oh.
Yeah. With the Wavy Remix Nights. So we have booked a lot of artists over the past year. Yeah.
Okay. Wow. I got like so many questions.
Of course, bro.
Let's start from DJing regularly.
Yeah.
Dude, when you're living, you depend on DJing as a living, right? Which is why I don't really want to try to get into it, right?
Okay.
Wow, dude, you need to take a lot of shit gigs, man. To be honest.
Okay.
Like, certain months, because they're like high months, low, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know. Is that a sacrifice that you're willing to take?
I think that's a sacrifice I made when I was younger.
Yeah.
Of course, I had to do things for the sake of making money. Hotel, restaurants, cafes, bars.
Yeah.
Of course, but then I think now I'm more selective, because everything reflects on your brand as well.
Yeah.
So if you're going so off brand, or people also kind of pick up on that, and I think I'm also in a point where I want to build what I want to build in terms of what I believe in and the sounds I believe in. Because I don't want to put my time in other places where I don't, for the sake of money.
Correct, man. It's like Kobe versus Jordan, bro. When you're young and got energy, you do all sorts of things.
Then you get, you don't want to burn yourself out. Yeah. You don't want to burn yourself out. You also don't want to water down your brand. But I think it's also being smart, of course, where you still have to find other pockets of income. How can you for example, private gigs, branded gigs, government stuff. So I think there are a lot of ways to.
Do you like kind of write to sponsors to fund certain events that you want to create, like Wavy Remix?
Yeah.
Are you the one in charge of that?
Yeah.
And what is your method and your strategy? Like, for example, I am a random person. I want to start an event, but then I want to get some sponsorship. How do I approach?
Yeah. So I think for us, we've been, of course, self-funding all our artist bookings.
You build a reputation already, lah.
Trying to. I think we're trying to build event after event. If it does well, of course, we can move on to the next one. But in terms of no, bro, that's really good, man.
Yeah, this one quite good, actually.
In terms of getting a sponsor, I think, of course, it's very tricky. You have to be very corporate. Your brand has to. I think
clean.
Kind of, yes, but I think now a lot of brands want to hop on. They want to sell to a younger demographic.
Heineken Boiler Room.
Cool,
man.
Yeah, so I think there's a lot because Singapore with alcohol, there's a lot of money that can be distributed for events. Right. Because they sponsor a lot of events. You have so many. Of course, I'm not going to name brands, but I think a lot of them are tapping to the music side of things. Well, Singapore, the tobacco industry, you can't, but in like Indo and stuff, they pump heavily into festivals, like
dude.
So
and that's why everything can be like lower cost, because got like sponsorship power, right? So you literally spend $1 in Singapore building something, it's like macam like $10 the impact. That's why like you see DWP, the Garuda stage.
Bro, that's the thing.
Mentals, very big.
So it's crazy that you can have a tobacco sponsor, like
secret money.
For me, it's no different than alcohol. This is like it's different vices, right? Like everybody has different vices, but I mean, I guess the government has to regulate it out here. Of like, okay, you can. So fair enough.
That's right. I guess like this topic comes up a lot, like because Singapore is so little vice, right? So you cannot use a lot of substance, a lot of whatever to like alter perspective, right? Our DJing must be better, If not, they just don't dance,
no
but
it's good because then you're more in tune. You're more present.
Challenge yourself.
You're more present, I mean, apart from alcohol, of course, but I think you're still more present with the music, present yourself, and
but the venue that we DJ at, right? I don't think you see people shit face, It's like very little,
Of course,
all mature already. That kind of thing.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
bro. Wow, I lost my train of thought.
Yeah, don't worry, bro. Like, I'm trying to pick up on that as well.
Yeah.
Are you still gonna bring back your nights? Because you're doing that for
actually a good question, man. Because I used to do monthly revelry nights. And it was like happening until we like went to shit lah. And then I realized
that was before the podcast, right?
That was before the podcast. And then I realized that we're just not doing anything special, you know. Like we actually look at a lot of case study. Like we look at Wavy. Okay, what's the special thing? Okay, wow, fuck, everybody dress up, you know. And then there's like a element of community that they're going for. So what is our element of community? And then obviously there's a lot of generic nights out there that is like still trying to do it, right? But then they're like, and then you have people that are strong, that's getting stronger, like Ice Cream Sunday.
Yeah, of course, no.
And then now you start to have Wild Pearl. I don't know if you know
of course, Wild Pearl, the homies.
Wow, crazy, man.
Yeah, I met the guys yesterday as well. I was Potato Head last night. They were there as well.
Last week I just did like a Wild Pearl podcast.
Okay.
Wow, his train of thought is like...
solid people behind it.
So it's like, I was asking him, okay, so you like ride bicycle and then inside the bicycle you got a DJ console and you got a speaker, then you're not scared like Singapore government. It's like, at the end of the day, we do it for a good like intention, you know, and it's healthy lifestyle and that kind of thing. So if everything is so scared, right, then you prevent a good idea from happening.
Of course,
And it's like, I'm not even Singaporean, I'm doing it. If you're Singaporean, you should take more risk,
of
right?
Course,
I can like he can kinda deported anytime, you know, that kind of thing.
I know, as long as you know you're not breaking the rules, you know, like you're playing it safe. Because there are grey areas with so many things like that, right? You know, there's no like, oh, you can't, you know. Like
what I said, right? Like the government also trying to make the country better, but they are not like all seeing, you know. Like they will be like, hey, this guy doing something cool, okay, then let's like legalize this. Slowly relax. So
I mean, even in Nightlife, it took a long time after COVID, right? But I'm glad we even in a space where we can finally, you know, fully not worry about anything.
So the angle that I'm trying to go for is a little bit more like what's that thing called? Book Club. I don't know if you heard of Book Club by Tinzo and Jojo.
No,
and like the apartment life kind
apartment
of thing.
Life, no hell yeah.
Yeah, it's basically you just film content and if people want to show up, you know. And then, you know, like you were mentioning, like people just want to be on a guest list because it feels more shock, right? You know, at first it's like, I'm not 18, I cannot go to the club. Next level of dopeness is like, oh, I'm 18, I can finally go to the club. Then after the next level of satisfaction is I'm on a guest list. Then what's after that? Invites only, bro.
Bro, that's a very good point.
Invites only.
Wow, okay.
Wow. People be going crazy, man.
I mean, the guest list bit again, to go back to that, I don't think it's a bad thing. I think people want to feel valued. Like, hey, you know, I feel like, you know.
That's why everybody come at VIP hour. Everybody come at 1, you know. Only main DJ come. Why come for the warm up, you know?
It doesn't happen a lot over here, but I realize like when I travel a lot, like for example Australia or like Europe and stuff, they have a guest list cutoff time, right? You know, like 11:30. So it, you know, kind of promotes people. Okay, you want to be a guest list, you come in early and support the night, you know.
And not only that, they actually have a single entry access.
The bounce, what do you call it?
So you pay entry, right? You go in, if you want to come out and smoke, right? Oh, you must pay entry again,
Australia does that. When I first went to Melbourne, I was like, what is this?
It's a very Ibiza kind of thing. And I was like, why Singapore cannot do that?
Bro, it's a good, But the problem, we can't smoke in clubs. Over there, there's smoking rooms.
They have,
Even you go KL, Kuala Lumpur, you smoke in the clubs.
Yeah, the infrastructure is built for success, bro.
So over here, like everything you have to get, even like, you know, place like when we did events at Zouk and stuff, people have to get out to smoke, you know. So it's a bit tricky because then if you put that rule, then how do people are going to get frustrated? They're not, you know, unless you build, like for example, Kyo back then in the basement, there was a smoke room in there, remember?
It's like a all-encompassing.
So it's perfect because underground, people can smoke in the smoking room. You don't lose, you know, people go have one smoke, come back into the dance floor. But now,
I believe, right, the first club in Singapore to do that, right, will fucking kill, bro.
As in the present time, present time, I don't think
nobody, right? But the first club that does it, I think maybe now you can consider High House Nova.
No.
Right.
Beautiful. You were playing there the other day.
Nova. Nova.
Look beautiful, bro.
It's like amazing, man.
The star that they have on top, that looks surreal, man. Like,
the star is the centerpiece, so it's like something like for people to imagine, you know, like because the word Nova, like you know how many people know, right? But people are like, hey, the building with the star, you know, that kind of thing. The visual centerpiece kind of thing. And I love the fact that they are doing open format, which is like my forte lah. And then from there you can just curate the night based on what crowd you have lah.
Exactly. More flexibility.
So I believe all clubs should move towards that direction because in that way, right, you can make more money and you can still preserve the vibe, you know.
Of course,
Like in Berlin, they have Berghain, right?
Yeah, bro.
Inside they have like food area. You can like practically live in there, bro. Like you go in, Saturday come out Monday morning kind.
And no phone, right? No phone zone.
Yeah.
I think they put stickers on your
You
camera.
can bring phone, but they put the sticker on your camera. And then if you try to use, right, everybody will police you, you know.
Wow. People are very...
the culture
and also,
there.
apparently there's a vibe. If you don't pass the vibe, when you're queuing up, they don't let you in.
The bouncer, Sven.
So there's I don't know what they are...
I watched a documentary about Sven, man. He's the most famous bouncer, right? He look at your vibe, okay, cannot go in. Like,
I've not seen that,
Madonna, Britney Spears, all kind of reject
like him. Send me the link, I need to go see that.
Yeah. So he there's a documentary about him, and he's so iconic and so cool with the way that he dressed. Like, he kind of featured on John Wick.
Wow, okay.
And he's on like some fashion magazine, and then on his site, he just like to do photography for people,
okay.
like very chill one. But when he dress up, he's like gangster shit, you know.
I mean, back like in terms of Berlin, that was beautiful because after COVID, the government I think invested millions of dollars into building back the nightlife scene. To like, you know, for people to build
government
venues,
support, man.
You know, to build venues, to, you know, hire staff, to, you know, bring back the whole nightlife community.
Yeah.
So I think that was very important. That's why I think it's still a big staple globally, like, you know, the Berlin dance movement and the whole scene as well.
I think one reason why government is so supportive, right, is because they are able to see it as a family event. Like, for example, now, right, in Singapore, right, only do we finally have, parents that used to club at Zouk.
Yeah.
And then they are okay to come back to Zouk for Mambo Jumbo with their kids. You know? So sooner or later, they will become the grandparents and then three generations. Then the government will finally see it as, it's some wholesome shit, you know? And maybe then they can
because for Berlin as well, there's a lot of tourism. There's like dollars for the for the whole country, right? For the cities and country as well. I think Singapore as well, they need to look at it in that sense because F1, you know, I think the whole F1 crypto weekend was like 250,000 people coming to Singapore. Then you realize the parties that are going on, there's so many parties as well. So if the government thinks of a way of like,
you know what's the best part? So many parties going on, every single club is packed. Nobody's fighting for anybody. Hey, my side pack, your side pack. Hey, let's enjoy, you know. And it's like so healthy.
Yeah, no, it's healthy. Yeah. It was crazy. That was a crazy weekend.
Yeah, that was a
week.
Are you playing like F1? Were you?
I mean, I would love to if they ever come knocking on the door, I would love to, of course, but I mean, I love whoever's been playing this year as well. Like a lot of friends were playing on there. Salva, Taz, everybody as well. So it's nice.
Yeah. A lot of new faces are there, like finally being recognized. Done were the days where like everything's about connection. Now need to have some substance.
Yeah.
Because if like, I book you because of my friend, right? But then you fuck up, then you make me look bad. Oh my god.
Yeah, I think the best part is like we all grown enough to be honest with one another. You know, of course, you know, if you're not doing, you know, you fuck up your set or, you know, you're going so far off in terms of what's required, then I think everybody has to be honest with one another. And I think there's no hard feelings. Always like, you know, I think it's for the betterment of everyone and how can we grow.
Yeah.
I think you have to look at it that way as well. You can't be like, you know, it's a personal.
So are you moving on to from here, right? Other than doing wavy nights, DJing your gigs, and being very heavily involved in the fashion. That one we can talk about it later because I don't know shit about fashion. Right? You know,
I mean, you.
I need your drop some wisdoms, bro. But then the thing is, I think the next thing I want to talk about, right, is are you moving into like music production and what kind of sound are you going to produce?
I think that's always been the idea. You know, I think COVID kind of helped me to, you know, like hone my craft in terms of that, or, you know, give me a better understanding because I had all the time to learn, you know, to fully focus in a studio, pick up a lot of different techniques. But then, I think the idea is because now the SoundCloud scene is crazy. Everybody are doing, like, they're doing edits.
SoundCloud scene is crazy now. I thought it was like crazy back then.
It was crazy back then. It took a dip. And then now it's like, I think, I wouldn't say now, but I think the past 2-3 years.
Maybe they revamped the company a bit.
Yeah, it's back at the forefront.
You got like SoundCloud merch or that kind of thing, right?
Yeah, funny story.
Yeah.
We talk about government, but Temasek Holdings
brought
back SoundCloud.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Our government buys SoundCloud. What's the deal with that,
Thank you, Singapore government. Like,
yeah. Wow. So, our friend Harvey here, he loves SoundCloud. All the jam, bro. It's like three song mashup, everything. Yeah.
And you go into rabbit hole, right? Because you spend hours digging. You spend hours digging and like one after one, and then you're like
yeah. That's the way, man.
Bro, I feel
crazy,
you,
bro. Insane, yeah.
And disclaimer: always go to the Bandcamp of the artists and support them. You know, buy the songs. You know. Yeah. Because we have SoundCloud download, there's all these other illegal ways of doing it, but I think it's always best to support, you know.
Yeah. But another one is like Crank That, this like dubstep hard trap artist that is like frequently collaborating with DJ Snake one. This one, you don't even bother to put like the, hype edit, the link.
The hype edit,
He don't even bother, he just put download for free.
Fair enough. Okay,
then you just click download, that's it.
Or then it goes to Google Drive or...
No, just download from SoundCloud.
Okay,
just direct.
Yeah.
Just like, okay, use my songs.
Yeah. Because the amount of people who are making a crazy living off of SoundCloud edits, because they build a name there, and then, they go crazy, and then...
Yeah, Bandcamp actually can make money.
Yeah. And it's a beautiful community as well, because a lot of them, they play someone's edit, then they'll, they'll post... And they'll tag the person ahead.
I'll actually buy it,
Yeah.
Fuck, man. My money all go to Beatport, Bandcamp.
I haven't gone to Beatport for a bit.
Yeah. Beatport is more EDM.
Yeah. I know it's integrated into Rekordbox now. Or maybe for a bit.
Yes. Beat Source. Right, the collab DJ City and Beatport. Yeah. Beat Source then can integrate.
Yeah. With Serato, you have Tidal. I think.
Tidal also. Tidal, I'm not too sure. It's like a Jay-Z, Calvin Harris, they all that company, right?
I think he sold his stake, if I'm not mistaken.
Is it?
Yeah.
Damn, he was like so advocating for it.
Yeah. What are you on now? I know back then you were on Serato because you were on it. Like, are you on Rekordbox now?
Yes, yeah. But I converted already.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you've been on Rekordbox?
Yeah,
okay.
Because actually, after multiple bad experience, right, by DJing on my computer, right, when Zook sent me to China, wow, jialat, the drinks keep spilling. I need to scoop the drinks. And then drip also, I DJed a drip, salt room. That was my computer is like completely wrecked.
Bro.
Wow.
No, it's scary.
Ouch. And then it's like, and then the computer is like the mothership. Everything is inside there. You are editing like edits, videos, Ableton files or whatever. Everything is inside there. Then if you lost that, it's just like, but your thumb drive not so bad, right?
Yeah. So what happens when a time like that? Because I mean, of course, you're freelancing, you have to pay for your own laptop. But if you're employed by a club, do they cover? Do they empathize? Like, hey, sorry, this happened.
Wow, no,
okay, damn, wow, I'm surprised, man. Yeah. So you have to fully incur the cost of repairing or getting a new one.
You YOLO, you yo-yo, bro. You on your own, bro.
Oh my god. But,
it's not like you're using the corporate laptop for like accounting work or whatever. Your one is like a fully spec'd out Mac to do whatever the hell you want. They're not gonna cover, man. Yeah.
But thumb drives are like, man, this is I don't know why I didn't hop on earlier.
You know thumb drive video, right?
Thumb drives, yeah. I mean, I started on Tractor. So I was like an avid Tractor user. Yeah. But I was like the odd one out. Every time I go to a club, I bring my Audio 10. I plug in. People look at me so weird. They're like, what the hell are you doing? Like,
change DJ also.
Yeah, when I play with you as well, I was on Tractor. And then it was like, because it's so hard to transit to move, But I really like how Tractor was innovating back then. So that's why I hopped on it. But then over the years, like, man, now I'm on Rekordbox is the best thing.
Yeah, and with Pioneer DJ now, Alpha Theta, right?
Yeah.
Every single arena that you play at is a fucking Pioneer Alpha Theta.
Crazy, yeah.
And you just use their software already.
So integrated, everything. Even to the cloud now, you have Wi-Fi in the cloud, you don't even need songs on thumb drive, right? You can connect to the cloud and
correct. The Wi-Fi card, right? They will still store.
I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah. So when you load a song, right, you're technically downloading it in like that storage. You can do up to 1,000 songs. Yeah. So you don't need scared Wi-Fi gone lah. Yeah. So you load 1,000. Yeah.
Wow. What I would love for them to integrate is like stems into a club setting, because now you have stems, but only on controllers, right? On a club,
you need PC still to do stems.
Yeah, with if they can ever integrate that onto thumb drive on 3000s and 900 Nexus 2 or whatever, game over, bro. You can replace the Q buttons with the stem pads.
Yeah.
Because Serato is taking next level with the stems.
Yeah,
it's so clean.
But then the thing is like, as I said a lot of times in this podcast with so many guests, right? You take 10 steps back, do you even know what the person is doing? Maybe you just fake pressing also, you also cannot tell, right?
Yeah. I mean, But then people are going to debunk that, because you have people like...
If you're famous enough, but 99% of the time, you can fake your way through, nobody knows.
Yeah, they go deep dive of like, oh, is this guy really,
Yeah. So for music production, are you looking at Ama piano kind of sounds, which is like whatever you're playing now?
Afro Ama piano. I think that's Baile Funk. That's what I'm heavily into.
But like Singapore, can find vocalists, man. Need to be overseas, right?
I mean, not fully producing in that sense. I think it's more of like, okay, you sample, you do edits, in that front.
Edits first,
because that will work in a club, right? Because you take, something that you resonate with, but you put your own spin and twist to it.
Yeah.
I think that works well. I think too, of course, fully building from ground up, creating your own song, getting someone to sing. I think that's a bit tricky to scale that for now.
Yeah.
It's possible 100%, but I don't think I have the capacity to do that now.
Yeah, that's a whole new occupations. Yeah,
Of
music
course.
composer,
Yeah,
producer.
them. No. I mean, there's so many people in Singapore that are killing it with that,
Yeah.
Yeah, so.
But they're only doing that one thing.
Yeah, but it's good because they're really like,
Yeah, they focus in already lah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're not like running their own events, whatever.
But I think that's a beautiful thing. I think a lot of people don't realize how the creative scene has moved a lot in Singapore.
Yeah.
And there's so many people who are really making it, as in a living, in terms of doing it creatively, maybe 10 years ago, 15, 20 years ago, we looked at it very differently, even I would say, in 2014, 2015, people are like, oh, you can monetize this, you can make, but I think
it is all consuming jobs, It takes up so much time, right? With so little reward, right? That you have to like find some way to make it work. And then you just how to say, you unwillingly develop a drive that you don't even know you have.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, it comes out of nowhere.
I need to eat, bro. How? That kind of
you
thing.
forget to eat at times.
Yeah,
I bet because you're so driven on work.
In the zones.
I miss my meal.
Dude, I haven't even eaten yet. I'm like downing gin.
Damn, man.
Yeah.
But it's crazy, bro. It's crazy. But that's nice, right? Because then you know your purpose and what you want to do, and you kind of discover yourself, right? As a Cause I always say this, like, we only have one life to make what you want to make out of it, You can be 50, 60 years old and be unhappy because you didn't want to believe in a dream or, take that, But I get it as well because everybody comes from a different path. Everybody has different obstacles, different things, Some people might have a bigger responsibility of maybe supporting kids or family or different things where they can't really focus on that. They have to really, So I think, to say that also, like, I think a lot of people have to realize it's doable.
For those people that have kids, right, they cannot start everything ground up for themselves, right? I think still there is a way they can like enter the scene by maybe partnering up so that they don't have to like throw themselves at the thing. Yeah. So I think that is also like a possibility. Everything can happen with teamwork.
Of course.
Like I spoke to Mark Lim, director of Ultra Music Festival.
Oh, nice, okay.
And he happens to be Singaporean.
Okay, wow. Okay.
Singapore doing great work, right? And then he says that everything is a team, man. And then when it comes to like European electronic dance music scene, Tiesto is not one person.
Okay.
They got like makeup artists, they got like co-producers, everything, right? And everybody's just helping each other to climb to the top. That's how their DJ scene is just like defeating everybody. Yeah. So I think if in Singapore we can kind of think of it that way, and then we kind of formulate our own team, right? I believe we can have a chance, man.
Yeah, no, definitely. I think it's a very healthy time now because I feel COVID kind of resetted what clubbing is to Singapore. I don't know if you look at it the same way, but
like, what's the difference for you?
I think pre-COVID, everything was within a club context, right? There are not, you have independent parties, of course, but there's very few of them, but now post-COVID, I think...
independent parties, everything's
everywhere, and I think it's beautiful because everybody is believing that they can start something, do something, having the drive as well to do that. And I think it helps everyone because, now I think everybody wants to hit out of a club, meaning like smaller venues or, more intimate venues or outdoor venue, or like a random underground party or... So I think different experiences, I think that's very important. I think COVID resetted that fully, where
small little COVID thing, right, can take away your life already. People just like, fuck it really, I just do whatever I want,
Yeah, bro.
Yeah. Maybe next COVID come, I cannot.
Bro, never. No, knock on wood, bro. I
can never. Who knows, right?
Crazy time.
Yeah. That's actually a good point. What if COVID come again, then gonna lock down 2 years again, right? Whoa, what you gonna do, man?
Yeah. I don't think Singapore can ever get to it because I think...
we won't survive another COVID.
Yeah. I think they've already put out a lot of money.
Yeah. Our reserve.
The reserves, they helped independent businesses. They helped a lot of, companies, a lot of, people, everything.
Yeah.
So I don't think they can ever put themselves in a place again.
Yeah, but this kind of thing also very hard to prevent, right?
I mean, nobody saw it coming, right?
Yeah.
Like life was perfect.
I want to tell you this story.
Yeah,
my God.
please,
dude.
Yeah.
You know, right? I was performing at Nanjing, China.
Okay.
And Nanjing is like beside Wuhan only.
Yeah.
November. And I was DJing at this massive club, dude. It's like 6 Zouk Singapore main room dance floor.
Okay, wow.
And then Zouk Singapore got like 4 mega CO2 cannon, right? They got like 32 or something. Bro, they put out the flames, bro.
They're crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy, right?
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, good gig. Then I fly back, right? Then suddenly I fly back, right? Then my friends was like messaging me like, hey, there's some disease that is happening. And it's like, near where you at? Yeah, I'm like, huh? Where? Then December is like, they start to detect and want to lock down already,
so
right?
this is November when you're there?
Yeah, so like if I stay one more week, right, I will gonna lock down inside there, yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
So this is 2019.
Yeah.
Right, yeah. Because I remember 2020, April was everything went down. February, when we did our event, I remember Wavy at Canvas. It was really very strict. People like, why are you doing events? We got a lot of feedback as well. People like, stop, don't, it's not good for, like, so we also had to hold some responsibility of like, hey, we're trying to protect the community, but we also still want to, do what we want to do.
Yeah.
But I remember when April came by, when Lee Hsien Loong made the announcement on TV, that's when everything became friends.
Shit,
like,
man.
Wow, crazy. I mean, we all survived that time, and we're still here doing what we want to do. So I think that's a beautiful thing.
Yeah. So the thing that I take away from COVID, right, is that one simple virus like this, right, can take away our livelihood, right? I want to try to safeguard my livelihood to do what I love, right?
Of course.
To the T,
Yeah.
And my solution is content creation.
Yeah.
Look at who is the most hot during COVID. All the streamers, right?
Yeah.
Ta-da!
Yeah. You can't take that away, right? Because you can have a lockdown, you can have anything happen globally, but
people still want to watch TV, man.
You can still be on the internet doing whatever you want to do,
And funny enough, right? I interviewed this Malaysian collective. They say that another industry do very well also.
Yeah.
Sell groceries.
Oh,
those kind of like online groceries.
Man, yeah, bro.
So this DJ, right, a Malaysian hard techno DJ, right?
Okay.
Before, during COVID, there's no DJ gigs, right? He's doing those like Facebook Live and then selling vegetable and vacuum.
Yeah.
Those kind of like, the Bluetooth is ready to pay. The kind.
The one you have to bid, like, what? Yeah, I'm going to bid like $20.
Yeah, and it's like really making bang. I'm like, wow.
Mm.
So I think if we can think about it in that angle, right? Kind of like pandemic proof it lah.
Definitely. Yeah, I think we're in a smarter place now to, of course, ideally we would never want that to happen, but we also have to be smart of like, hey,
right,
you never know, right?
Lucky the Singapore government got reserve also.
Of course,
they also don't want it to happen, but luckily.
I mean, there are a lot of things we complain about this country, but I think a lot of things as well, we're in a better place to.
I always bitch about these countries, but actually, like, quite dope.
You gotta be thankful as well.
When you reference other countries, then I'm like, wow, shit.
Yeah.
Damn.
Because I mean, on our side as well, like on my side, we couldn't do events for a bit, right? So because Wavy is like a company under, like we had a monthly government grant as well, where they paid us out and stuff. Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because it's a registered private limited or something, LLC, whatever, right?
Yeah. So that was. I mean, it's not cool, a lot, but it helps.
Cover rent, whatever.
Can't complain, So yeah. So that so I think the government also kind of looked out for more independent companies and smaller scale companies as well. Yeah. That was good.
Yeah.
But yeah, man.
And then from here, right, about music production, how do you kind of like enter the world of fashion? Do you like even intend for it to happen, or it's just like as a byproduct of what you love?
I think exactly. I think it's a byproduct of what I love. Like, I think growing up, I've always love. I think you express your way in multiple ways, right? You can express yourself through music, through and through, for me, it's like dressing up as well. How you gonna dress that? Kind of, you can express yourself in that way as well. So that's how I always I love
something that I'm super lacking, man.
Nah, bro, come on, man.
At the end of the day, I just realized, we are just all entertainers, and the image is so important,
But I think it's more of like, the idea is always do it for yourself. You dress up, it feels nice to, okay, I love this outfit, let me put this on. It's not to really impress people. I think it's more of like for yourself, how you express yourself.
More longevity a bit.
Yeah, and yeah. So,
and then from there, it's like the different collabs. Like, hey, but how did they even approach you to collab? You know? Like, okay, maybe can we talk about like August Man or something? Yeah. How did that even happen?
August Man. So okay, my homie Indran. Yeah. You've met Indran before, right? Yeah.
I was at McDonald's the other day.
No, of course, I forgot. Oh my god.
Dude, we sat down there for half an hour until some white girl randomly. Hey, you want to take my drink?
Yeah, bro. The drinks are hitting that. I forgot that now.
And you know what happened? We are like, hey, we're not gonna drink this. You want to drink some first worth your money? Then I take her drink and I feed her. Then she run into her cab.
That was
bro.
I didn't see the night taking my turn. That was funny, bro.
Dude, I swear, the alcohol haven't even kicked in yet, but it's a funny ass story.
It's funny ass story.
I never even expect it, bro.
Yeah. I don't know where were we coming from. I completely forgot, man. Like we went out somewhere.
I just like ended at High House Nova or something, and then I was just going to McDonald's.
And then bumped into you at McDonald's after years.
At the side of the road, and suddenly got this French girl, like so random.
Yeah, it's like, hey, do you want McDonald's drink? Yeah.
One after
bro. A crazy night. Yeah, but
what the hell are we talking about yet? August Man,
yeah. I mean, so Indran writes for August Man. He's one of the writers there. And I mean, big ups to Indran. He's always been. You go back to hip hop context as well. He's always been, supporting a lot of local guys, writing articles, putting people on, putting the music on. So, I think it's one of the very few people out here, who uses this platform to a good way of, how can we support local guys, and how can we grow and, always believing the scene as well. So, I mean, with August Man, how it happened, because he was working there, so he put in a good word, like, hey, my friend, my close friend, spins and stuff. So they, of course, looked into my stuff, and then I went out for because they also hold events and stuff like that. So I went that, linked up with the team. Everybody is nice. I think it's also always building a good rapport with people. And I think from there as well, okay,
what are they looking for August Man? Do they feature well-dressed individuals or people that do a lot of work in a scene or whatever?
I think it's very diverse because they have. So I was I think you have. I can't remember the exact number, but it was about 10 or more of us. So you have people in various industries. So, on music side, they had me in terms of, Ferrous Horses.
Yeah,
the tattoo artist. He runs his clothing brand as well. So he was part of it as well. You had this guy called Anas, who's the homie as well. He runs this restaurant called Aniba. He's like, he curates the food, the menu, everything. You have Aiken as well, the food blogger. Yeah, so I think it's very diverse. You have this guy, I forgot his name as well, but he's an animal activist. He helps wildlife rescue and stuff like that.
Okay.
Yeah, so I think they're very diverse in terms of I
think it's like cool stuff, and they.
Yeah, I think people who try to do things differently or
and they can still package into their classy kind of branding.
Yeah. So I think the whole thing is like forward thinkers. People break barriers, and things like that. So I think that's their. And it's beautiful because they want to represent people like that, and it's nice, it's nice. There are not a lot of male magazines that kind of, try to move things forward,
Yeah, that's the thing.
So I think they're one of the few and might be the only one. So, so big ups to the August Man team. Everybody that's nice.
Yeah. I mean, like now it's the time and age where like the female representation game is damn strong, right?
Of course. Yeah.
And then as guys, it's like, huh?
Yeah, but rightfully so as well. I think maybe they've been discounted way too long. Because people, look at them sadly. Even our field in terms of spinning, and it's always the people perceive it differently. Like, hey, are you pre-mixing? Are you that? But it's not. We do it equal. Like, whatever we're doing, they can do whatever.
Here's a hot take. People will fucking beat me on the street later. Okay, so. During the times when female were being oppressed, like for example, imagine I was like Gen Z or Gen Alpha, right? The period where like female oppression happened, right? It's like back in the day till like maybe like, I don't know, 10 years ago or something like that. But you're born into an era, right? Where being female is celebrated. And then you as a male is like, what did I do wrong? I never oppressed anybody. But then I'm treated like as like a lower,
Yeah. I don't look at it that way. I think it's more of equality. As compared to one superior than another. I think
it should be
but I think their fight is also equality. But I think it's always like, okay, how can we all coexist and do things together? Because it's always the sad thing of like, if females are spinning, they're always like, oh, is this a model? Is it are they pre-mixing their sets? But happens with guys as well. There are a lot of big guys in the industry.
Lucky I'm not good looking enough for people to think that way.
Who pre-record their sets? Who play pre-record their sets? So I don't know why it's only a certain stigma that's for females, but I think. I mean, whatever, we can do all the same things and coexist in the same environment. So I think that's a beautiful part now of like, I mean, I think it goes back to more than male, female. It goes back to race as well. I think now everything's equally represented. Now, more brown people are being represented.
I won't say equal, to be honest. There's still a lot of injustice in the world, but we're trying to close the gap. Yeah.
I think now I think it's a beautiful time as well. And for a brown person, you feel more represented. You feel more celebrated. You feel like more people want to work with you.
Oh, you're behind the green doors. You have manifest.
Of course.
Collective minds.
Collective minds, of course. So it's a good time. I think prior to that, I mean. A bit tricky. I mean, sensitive thing to say, but I mean, we live in a country that's, I mean, brown people are the minorities, right?
Yes.
So I think it's a tougher struggle for us to also, we have different struggles of coming up in the scene. It's a harder route for us to get out there or, break that,
It reminds
barrier.
me of a point.
Yeah.
In army, right, I have this friend, I just did a podcast with him, shout out Sean. Okay. He is 50-50, 50% Chinese, 50% Malay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, nice.
And I think his girlfriend is also 50-50.
Oh, okay.
So it's a very unique, they can see the perspective of both worlds. And then we were talking about like, oh, Singapore is so expensive, and then we'll go buy a house in Singapore and then rent out, then go Malaysia and stay and collect dividends from the rental, right? Wow. And he's like, dude, you try to live in Malaysia, you will feel how Malay people feel when they're in Singapore. That kind of the disparity. I'm like, oh shit, when he put it into that perspective, I'm like, dude.
Yeah. I mean, different struggles, but I think it's a good thing because now I think everybody's, looking past the struggles and like, okay, how can we all, build a community, build together? And I think we live in a good time now. I think people look past the race. I think maybe many years ago is not the case.
The common enemy is uniting us, the cost of living.
Oh, okay,
How can we fight that shit?
Exactly.
Yeah. Wow, shit, let's stop fighting. Collab.
So I think the important thing, as the minorities, you try to never conform. You try to still be yourself, be who you are, and stand proud for it. And, but then, hopefully over time people accept you and I think now is a good time as well. So I think when we go back to talk about male, female,
races,
and races as well, I think I'm glad now that at least everybody has a platform to go out there and say something, to put their point across. To
correct.
If they feel some type of way, they feel they're belittled, they feel they're not being represented enough, they can have an open dialogue and they can put it online and everybody can have the say, everybody can talk about it, discuss.
Okay, so it kind of brings me to a point, right, that I kind of have like I changed my thought about it. Motherfuckers on the internet, right? It's like, oh, you say something 10 years ago, that means you know, like how they flame Joe Rogan for something he said 10 years ago, right? But every day I learn something new, right? Then I kind of like change my perspective about it, right? 88 Rising. The whole entire reason why 88 Rising is created, right? So because Asian representation is not that much, and they're trying to boost that, right? But then the thing is like, they kind of like become only Asian only kind of collective, They're kind of like alienating, So aren't you kind of fighting the problem with the problem? That's what at first I thought. For 3-5 years, I thought like that is like, like use poison to counter poison. But then in my perspective now, right, I just realized that actually like post-COVID, right, where everything's in the club, right? Now everything is just spread out already. So actually 88 Rising can be just pure Asian representative, because if you want to watch Asian shit, you just go to 88 Rising. If you want to watch like Indian shit, you can go to another channel. So everybody have their own like technical like TV channel already.
I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I think because the people who founded the company, they understood their struggles and they wanted to give a platform for their own people and represent a certain community. So I think it's only right, like it's, I don't think we can look at it as we have like, oh, it's only a certain race. It's not, because that was the problem they're trying to fight for. And they have.
I mean, your company don't need to stand for the whole world, right? You can just stand for a community.
You can't. I mean, you can't also fight everybody's struggles. You can't understand what it feels like to be.
That's so true.
So I mean, for my side, like Indian people, like now, like UK, US, New York as well. There are a lot of Indian independent parties and they're killing it.
All the Sammy Virgil, I don't know if you
know. Bro, he's crazy. He's half Indian.
Yeah.
He's sick.
Dude, do you see the Sammy Virgil back with Fred again?
No, I didn't see
because Fred again like to smile, right? Then Sammy Virgil also same. Then they just smile at each other for like 2 hours, bro.
Sammy is sick, bro.
Yeah, crazy.
His music is so feel good,
And normally you want people to dance, you really need aggro, but emotional, sad, kind of break up kind of shit, and people can resonate, right? This one's all happy,
happy,
and people are still jumping.
And he collaborates like UK rappers, Unknown T, stuff like that, where he's crossing over as well. But I think that's the beauty of it because you have.
Wait a minute.
Hanuman Khan.
That
is. What a song.
Explodes, Is he like American Indian or like?
I think he grew up in Houston. That's why like that whole flow was like 36 Mafia. Flow, So, but it's beautiful now as well. People are like, okay, he's an Indian guy. He can do hip hop. He can, block globally as well.
They don't look at his race and determine the quality.
No, it's good. I think people are more surprised. Oh, it's an Indian guy. And why does it sound that way? But I think when they find out, okay, he lived in the US, he grew up in the US, and then okay, fair enough. But So I think again now people don't really tie a race to whatever you do. But I love seeing that because UK, New York, like you have a strong Indian diaspora there. And
what?
Indian diaspora, like immigrant, like people immigrated to India.
Okay.
Right? People immigrated from India to to certain places.
Okay.
So the diaspora in UK, in Europe, in US, all of them are throwing their own independent parties, killing it. Where they infuse Bhangra, they infuse Tamil music, they infuse house, they infuse hip hop, everything. So it's like taking power of like your own music and spreading it across the world. Of like, hey, we can be,
Yeah, and the audience taste is also a little bit more what do you call that? Like more globalized now.
Yeah.
Because most of the time, right? Okay, dude. Okay, all the DJs, please protect me when I say this. Okay? Every time, right, when you DJ, right, then a bunch of like Indian girls or guys will come. Hey, can you play some Bangla song?
Yeah.
And dude, if you look at me, like, how do you think I know a Bangla song? You know. But then the thing is, recently more often, right? C'est La Vie or Nova or whatever, they come, right? They are like, can you play some proper 80s? You know, that kind of, it's kind of like more, you know, at least give me chance, you know, that I can. Yeah. And then if you play a certain banger, right, that they enjoy, right, they just dance. More open-minded also.
I think, now people are more open-minded, definitely.
Yeah,
man. Went to High House a couple of times. Nice spot, man. Nice view. I haven't gone to Nova yet. I need to.
Yeah. So you can see the club, right? Whatever genre they're curating, right? You can kind of feel like it's coming back.
Of course, man. Yeah, man.
So Europe, US is also a big sign.
Yeah, it's crazy now, man. Because back then, clubs kind of dictated what moved in terms of sound, in terms of music.
Now TikTok, man.
TikTok plus independent guys, everybody was like moving, And big ups to like even like Sophie Rooftop. Like they're
killing it, sir.
Killing it, And
from Refuge, never.
And we came all the same time, right? We all grew up on that same era of like, hey, we all
never give up, man.
So I mean, it's a beautiful time now. Everybody's,
But for those kind of like cool underground collective, right? You don't really want to appear on TikTok because it kind of like make you appear less underground.
It dampens your brand a bit, yeah.
How do you promote yourself like that?
I think it's organic. With them, people know. The next party they want to come out. They want to, they want to hit out. They want to,
Wow, damn.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, underground, so they don't need to feel like empty theater 20,000, right? It's more intimate.
Yeah.
But do you think like Wavy is like that level of like underground, so cool that I cannot use TikTok?
No, we on TikTok.
Yeah.
We're still growing on TikTok. I'm trying to figure out the algorithm. So I post a lot.
You do challenges.
Yeah, bro. No. I think what we do, we repurpose a lot of Instagram content into TikTok. So meaning like promo videos. We book an artist. We use their sets like ballroom sets or whatever. Yeah. Repurpose that. Add some text over. So like, hey, this they're performing in Singapore, whatever. Yeah. So I think I'm trying to still figure out the TikTok game. I have not. Yeah. It's been a long grind, but
yeah, and TikTok is really like through its ups and downs, fighting legal battle in US.
Oh really? Okay, I've not followed that.
Dude, US want to ban TikTok for like
ages, right?
And then like it's potentially gonna happen, and then you're gonna lose like 300 million people worth of audience.
Oh yeah.
Are you still gonna be on TikTok? Are you gonna be on YouTube Shorts instead? Are you gonna be on Instagram Reel?
Yeah. I bet there's gonna be another platform. If the ban ever goes through, they're definitely gonna make another app that can
But maybe if they ban it in US, they start to double down on Southeast Asian creators, so they can more focus market here.
Yeah.
It's like Telegram lah. Only Singaporean use US all use iMessage.
Oh, exactly. Yeah, man. Because I mean, because back then you had Vine.
Oh yeah.
That kind of kickstarted quick form content. Yeah. That was the king of like 6 seconds. Yeah. And that's all it took. I was like, wow.
Like people like King Batch, right? Number one on Vine, right? But then the thing is when change change platform, he also kind of like lose out a bit of steam, Maybe that's the platform that he's damn good at. And on long form YouTube, he a bit like, cannot really perform. Not his forte.
That is mind blowing to me. How do you convey something in 6 seconds? How do you...
Yeah, but he can, bro. He can, bro.
How do you ideate and sit there and like, hey, I'm going to build this content. You sit there hours processing it, but your output is 6 seconds. Like, that's it,
Just put the explosion.
Like, I spent 5 hours filming, editing, whatever, for a 6-second video. But, I mean, it was a good time.
I mean, it kind of gives rise to that low resolution, more authentic, raw.
Very raw, not perfectly edited,
Yeah, I guess bring Vine back, man. Instagram stories.
I mean, sadly, I think the guy passed away, right? The founder of...
Oh shit, seriously?
Oh no.
So what the hell?
Yeah.
I saw a podcast where King Batch was talking about the story lah.
Yeah.
Because Vine you cannot monetize on the platform, right? So it's like, okay fuck lah, I generate so many views, right? I just don't stop posting on Vine, I go post on YouTube. Wow, Vine, he and 6 other big creators all left, right? Vine just gone.
They was quick, man. They really went up and down.
Yeah, your platform, platform creators, you need to know your creators.
Yeah, man.
Make the platform. No creators, no platform.
I don't think TikTok will die because I think they're too deep into it. It's too big of a...
Wow, that algorithm too good, sir.
Yeah, no,
I feel that TikTok is like a bit dangerous for me. So like before I sleep, I cannot see the TikTok icon. I click, like, that's it. 1 hour gone. I don't even know how it happened.
Do you have a limit on that? Because I have a time limit.
You can set time limit.
You can set time limit
on the app.
On the settings, So I set like half an hour, and it reminds you. So after half an hour, you have to type in a password to unlock it.
Oh, yeah. Is it an Apple?
I think it's built in TikTok, but you can do it Apple as well. The screen time.
Oh, okay. So you do it for
I
TikTok?
do it on TikTok directly, but you can also do it on Apple like screen time.
Dude, my one is I don't even do it. I don't even do it.
Yeah, but I still am so bad. Like I put the 30-minute time, but every time I type in the password, I still use it after that.
Yeah.
Like, whatever. Yeah.
My girlfriend is super obsessed with TikTok, right? So I just use her. Okay, what's trending now? She will tell me.
Nice.
So I don't fall into the rabbit hole.
Okay, so at least you have someone to advise you without spending your time on that.
Yeah, I can't, man. If I'm in the app, all this cannot happen.
Yeah, bro. No.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm trying to reverse how I use the app of like, if I'm spending this amount of time, I better spend this amount of time to put content on the app. Not consume the app, but more of like the output,
So what kind of content you are looking at putting out for TikTok?
TikTok, I think more of like quick form content, for example.
So not doing trends. No trends.
Yeah. I think it's more of what I want, like, for example, being on the decks, remixing 2 songs, blending 2 songs, like really quick stuff, but hopefully, that resonates with people. And I think stuff like that, or the beat making stuff as well that I used to do during COVID, trying to bring that back. Yeah, so, yeah.
I think certain trends, right, if it pertains to music, you can do. Do you know that recently there's this filter where you can sing do, re, mi, fa, so, and then...
I didn't know that.
So there's a filter, and then you sing... So there's like different stages. When you sing do, then if you can hit that note do, right, then you pass. And re... So a lot of people, they are like a semitone or one cent away. So they cannot even go through, And then there's this producer, right? He tried to do it do, then he just keep missing. He's like, hey, fuck it, man, I'm a producer. Then he start doing synthesizer and shit. Then he just pass the thing like in like 3 seconds.
Yeah. I would fail, bro. I can't. I'm very monotone. It's like my voice is like one. So I mean, do, re, mi, fa, so.
Yeah, so I think like trends, you can kind of do, right? But if you can spin it into your own niche, right, you can kind of like work it in your favor without quote unquote selling out in a way.
That's a very good point, bro, because how can you hop on that trend but make it according to your brand, how does it fit your own brand?
Precisely. So what are some of the future projects that you are pursuing that you can let us know?
Okay,
Wavy 3.0.
The 3.0. I think, a lot of artist booking, so that's something to look forward to. A lot of SoundCloud producers, a lot of people who are, global producers in Europe and stuff as well, where they're putting out really good stuff. I think we want to bring that music out here and, educate the crowd out here as well. So that's our front with Wavy Remixed, a lot of artist bookings.
Is it Wavy Remix is focused more on like new young artists?
Not really. So it's more of sounds that don't fit under hip hop. So that's the idea of remixed. So global sounds, Afro, Amapiano, Bali Funk, all these things, SoundCloud edits, but because we also don't want to confuse our audience where they're coming for Wavy Night, they expect new school hip hop. They expect,
It's like related in that urban music realm. Would
kind
you
of,
say that?
I think everything kind of trickles into one another. Like hip hop, goes into some, like
More
everything.
R&B.
Connect. But remix, there's no boundaries with it because it can be more freeform. You can.
What about UKG? Are you down to play?
UKG? We do that as well. So we certain nights we play that. Yeah, certain nights we play that.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So that's crazy. Yeah.
Dude, Sammy,
100%.
Show me, man. That's
but
crazy.
when I went to London, I was like,
did you actually go?
I went
Sammy Virgil?
No, I didn't see his set.
Wow, shit, man. That's crazy, dude.
So when I went, like, I've always been heavily into UK sound, and when I went there, I was like, wow. I went for a Soul House party like last year. People playing crazy stuff. I was like, that opened my eyes and ears, and I was like, wow, yeah,
crazy.
Yeah.
So more artist bookings.
And
then for your personal brand,
personal brand. Wavy again as well. Next, crazily enough, 2025 will be 10 years.
Oh shit! Wow.
Yeah, so
flew by, man.
Yeah, time flew by so quick. So
are you gonna do like a big artist booking or something?
We'll see where that goes. Not to give anything away, but to only put it out into the world. People will ever
Thai dollar sign level.
Hey,
shit, man.
I mean, bro, if we say that now, anything we do is gonna crumble because.
Sorry.
Because you already hyped it up too high now.
Wow, first song.
Wow,
shit.
I mean, not that crazy. I think to.
Build up to that one.
I mean, hopefully 15, 20 years time. Yes,
Fuck man, STB sponsor. Then maybe can happen.
But I think that's where we lay in. I think so. I think we in the plans of ideating, planning as well. What's the 10-year anniversary party going to be like? How can we?
Stressful, man. The planning.
Yeah. But I think not to put a lot of weight on ourselves. So like whatever happens.
Wow,
people want to
really?
come. Yeah, I mean,
chills, yeah.
I think that always has to be the idea. Because again,
I would think like maybe 10 is like very significant, right? Wow, 10, yeah.
But then you're going to be disappointed, right? If you put all this weight on yourself, like, hey, it has to be the biggest thing. We have to make mad money, and then if it all doesn't work out, do you
fucking people kind of music?
DJing
at fucking Pyramid of Giza and shit.
Yeah. I think. So that 10 years, and then So I think a lot of things to look forward to next year, without giving away a lot.
Excited, The more stuff you are doing, right, then we can come into podcast round 2.
Of course, bro, round 2.
Talk more stuff, man. Because it's always exciting when you're creating new stuff. It's like how the hell someone get like Elon Musk round 5 for podcast? Because he's instantly always creating something new, right?
Yeah, bro.
So all the best.
Bro, thanks, man.
Thank you
this
so much.
podcast reminds me of what was it? Noriega.
Drink Champs.
Yeah, Noriega, yeah.
But his one got air horn all lah.
The Kanye episode as well. The Pharrell episode.
The Kanye episode kind of actually take down.
Oh, really? Oh,
then
yeah,
they put back up.
Yeah. Well, I forgot what he said that kind of...
No lah, because maybe he very controversial and then he still recently become anti-Semitic, then they don't want to like...
Of course, yeah.
And someone Drink Champs is by PDD company, right?
Revolt, but he's left.
But he left,
after whatever happened. I think now it's owned by different people. So Noriega is like spearheading that, right? Nori. Yeah.
Good, man. He kind of like... I think it's so difficult to be in Noriega's position, right? Because you need to be like... okay with everybody. It's so hard to be okay with everybody,
From the hip hop side of,
Wow, dude. I also cannot the hip hop side. I like.
Damn.
Enough. House music.
House.
Blur, bro. Blur.